Before I get into the specifics of what this video chapter addresses, I want to give a quick background on the overall theme of my project, which is how the mindsets of subjectivity and objectivity interact in the realm of human thought. Subjectivity is defined as the quality of being based on or influenced by personal feelings, tastes, or opinions, or the quality of existing in someone's mind rather than the external world. Objectivity means the state or quality of being true even outside a subject's individual biases, interpretations, feelings, and imaginings. Right now, I just look like a confused college student trying to put a video together at the last minute for his college freshman English class and hoping it makes sense. But now I could be a sage wise man who totally knows what he's talking about. Before, the contents of my mind, my subjectivity, were being at least partially obstructed by the appearance of my body, my objectivity. After the screen went black, I was able to express my subjectivity without it being judged or influenced by my objectivity. This conflict between body and mind are exactly what Du Bois and Gandhi are trying to investigate. So without further ado, let's analyze some books. At the beginning of The Souls of Black Folk, W.E.B. Du Bois wrote that black people are always experiencing a state which he called double consciousness, which he defined as this sense of always looking at oneself through the eyes of others, of measuring one's soul by the tape of a world that looks on in amused contempt and pity. Now, the main takeaway from this quote is that the contents of the black individual's mind are basically being judged by how other people see their body, or more generally, their subjective qualities are being greatly influenced by their objective qualities. Later in the novel, Du Bois mentions early childhood as a possible point for when subjectivity might not be influenced by objectivity. His reasoning is perfectly summed up in one of the songs that he often begins chapters with throughout the book. The lyrics read, "The voice of the child's blood crying yet, who hath remembered me? Who hath forgotten? Thou hast forgotten, O summer swallow, but the world shall end when I forget." The lyrics are describing a newborn baby interacting with an adult, but not just a newborn baby, specifically the newborn baby's physicality, represented by the child's blood. And the voice of the child's physicality, its objective appearance, cries out, "Who hath remembered me and who hath forgotten?" From remembered and forgotten, we can see that the child's physicality definitely existed at some point, but certain groups of people chose to forget the child's physicality, whereas other groups of people chose to remember it. So we can see that the solution that Du Bois offers regarding the body holding too much influence over the mind is simply for the mind to hold influence over the body in the form of the individual choosing to disregard the body. The next two lines, "Thou hast forgotten, O summer swallow, but the world shall end when I forget," depict the contrast between the newborn baby and the adult. The newborn baby is currently not aware of their physicality, their objectivity, and so their mind is unaffected, but the adult lives in a world of double consciousness where their mind is very affected by the perception of their objective physicality. And so Du Bois thinks that the only solution to escape the world of double consciousness is to live in a world where everyone disregards physicality. So Du Bois offers a vague solution on how to counter the encroachment of objectivity onto one's subjectivity, but Gandhi offers a more concrete example with his idea of passive resistance. Gandhi wrote that those alone can follow the path of passive resistance who are free from fear, whether as to their possessions, false honor, their relatives, the government, bodily injuries, and even death. Essentially, Gandhi is saying that one must let go of all of the objective qualities surrounding them if they are to truly practice passive resistance. Gandhi believed that passive resistance, when practiced with patience, would eventually convince the British to give up their own objective qualities such as weapons and government, which they had long oppressed India with. In summary, both Du Bois and Gandhi believed that the path to a more cohesive society relied on the subjective negation of the objective quality of one's body.